What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we're also going to be looking at altcoins. But what we're going to do, we're going to look at them on the one-day time frame, just really stepping back and seeing where we're at in the big picture of altcoins and if it's time to start potentially accumulating altcoins again. So I'm going to dig into all this, guys. If you like these videos, you get something from it, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really helps us out. And let me know down low what you're doing. Have you been re-entering? Are you still waiting in cash, shorting, longing? I would love to hear it down low. So let's dig into this. First of all, for Bitcoin, what I want to start on here is the 1 month time frame. Since we just changed, we're in August now. What you can see is we had a really nice candle close here for July. It's a bullish engulfing candle. You can also see we had a bit of tweezer bottoms down here, and that was right off this 20 EMA, and that was basically around $29,110. So right in that area, we didn't get quite down to that area for a candle close, but we did wick down to that range. And now what you can see is this potentially could be our higher low. So guys, we could get in an equilibrium pattern. One thing you want to realize here is, so say we do push up a little bit higher, we can come back into this area where we're fighting back and forth like this until we actually get that confirmation. Okay, so basically along the lines of that, we can continue to push up, come back test this area, and basically get into an equilibrium until we actually have that break to the upside or the downside. So be prepared for that, but it's nice to see on the 1 month time frame here, a bullish engulfing candle. It did not come on above average volume, so we want to be aware of that. The relative strength right now is at 62 on the 1 month time frame, but it does look like this higher low was potentially set. Next one I want to do is go into the 1 week time frame. So we're just going to work our way down to the 1 hour here so I can get you guys some good detail. And I want to make this as fast as possible. Value your time. So next, what we're looking here on the 1 week time frame. So we ended up getting our bullish engulfing candle, still not on above average volume, and then we had basically what was like a bullish belt hold line candle. A little bit of wick on the bottom, but I would still consider that, and that came on a little bit below average volume as well. And what you can see is this month, what we're going to need to do is close up above heavy resistance at around roughly, we'll call it $41,500 up to that $42,000 is going to be the main area. I want to see us close up above that and find support off it. Right now, the relative strength is at 50. So if we want to get this continuation here, guys, we definitely can. And if we break through that, we just want to have a candle close for the week up above that $41,500, $42,000 area. If we get into the 1 day time frame, and I'll also let you know kind of what I've been doing here as well. So taking a look at the 1 day time frame, I had a lot of people, as we were just continuously moving up here, they're saying, should I jump in? Should I jump in? Number one, guys, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm more of a short-term trader. I like to do day trades. I like to do swing trades and then just hold a longer-term position. So everybody's position is going to be different, and you have to enter on your own. But basically what I did here, guys, I've been waiting to see if we're able to basically have candle closes and trade up above this 200 EMA. And what I've done here, I've been patiently waiting. I've let my longer term positions, so longer term positions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, that type of stuff, altcoins, I've let those just sit throughout all of this. And that was kind of my anti-FOMO position, so that I wouldn't FOMO into anything. So I have that exposure. Okay. Now what I'm starting to do here with my trading account, I'm mostly in cash, but what I did here today, I was looking at basically the 5 minute time frame. We got down roughly to about 38,000. I ended up entering about $38,800 right in that area. But what I did was a smaller position. So besides my longer term stuff, guys, I've basically just been in cash. Okay, from selling out of Ethereum at $4,000, I've been patiently waiting for another great opportunity to get back in this market. So what I did was enter a small position here today, down around that 38,000 and some change. Okay, so that gives me a position in case this is all the more that we're going to retrace right here. We find support and then we make that next move to the upside. So I have some of it, right? I have my longer term position and I also have a little bit now in my trading account. And what I'm going to do is patiently wait to go larger. Okay, I want to see where we set this higher low, where the confirmation of the higher low is going to be. In an area that we may come back to here is roughly $36,000. I'm also looking at that area, and that's going to correlate with this 50 EMA. So if we do pull back more, what I'm going to look for is to potentially enter a little bit heavier if we can set that nice higher low. Because what you've seen here, guys, even with this sell-off here, it hasn't been on massive volume. And typically what you'll get here, you'll get these big pushes up on heavy volume, and then you'll get that lighter volume potentially before another move to the upside. And if we are to break up through roughly, we'll call it $42,300, I would target up to around $45,000, then to $50,000 are going to be the target areas for me. So like I've said here, guys, as we work through the time frames here, so let's get into the 4-hour time frame. Entered a very small position just to have a little bit more, just in case we do want to break up through this and this becomes a very serious move for us. So right now on the 4-hour time frame, what we're looking to do is hold this 50 EMA. Relative strength is going to be at 46 right now. If we do drop lower than that, we're going to look to roughly 38,491, and then it's going to be down around 36,843 are going to be the support areas. Then if we get into the 1-hour time frame, so on the 1-hour time frame, and this will kind of show you where I was at, guys, down in this range here, it was basically off like this 200 EMA here, but it was on the 15-minute time frame is what I was looking at. But what you can see is we're trying to find support here at about 39,143. If we break that, guys, we've basically traded up above this 200 EMA this entire move here. So that's definitely something that would give me just a little bit of caution there if we do start having candle closes down below that 200 EMA on the 1-hour time frame. If we take a look at the technicals for Bitcoin, right now we are sitting at a 4 sell, a 10 neutral, and a 12 buy. Oscillators 1 sell, 9 neutral, and a 1 buy. Moving averages 3 sell, 1 neutral, and an 11 buy right now. But I guess that's the thing that a lot of people don't really pay attention to. They think that whenever you enter a move, it has to be everything all at once. And it doesn't, guys. You can get just a little bit of that move. So basically, if we do bounce from here, then you're in a little bit of a position for this upside move here. You know what I'm saying? But if we do start to break down through that area, then I would get stopped out, and I'm going to look for another good opportunity at a lower level. Potentially, you know, guys, if things, you know, if we break down through here and it's not on a lot of heavy volume or anything, I'm going to continue just to hold that position and most likely build on top of that position. But it's just a tough spot because we're not completely out of the woods here yet, guys. We do have to be prepared and we have to be aware. If we draw this trend line right here, do you see this trend line? We have not broken up through that yet. And that's definitely something that I'm going to be paying attention to if we keep seeing rejection. But this has definitely been a strong impulse wave here. It did come on above average volume, and we have to see if we're going to get that follow through or not for Bitcoin. So that's basically what I'm doing, guys. A lot of cash or stable coins right now, just patiently waiting. But I did enter a very small position besides longer term positions down around this area right here, 38,000 and some change. So that's what I'm doing there. And then what I want to do is get into the altcoins a little bit here and take a look. Relative strength on the 1-day time frame is at 62 right now for Bitcoin. So that's also something, guys. We're not up around 90 right now. We have room. If we want to make another really sharp, aggressive move to the upside here, and this is all the more that we retrace, that's definitely a possibility as well. Now, if we get into Ethereum, we're at 2,646. Ethereum, what's nice is we have hit this double bottom here. You can almost see this W pattern. We pushed up, W'd again. Then it almost looks like we have broken the neckline here, guys. And if we do break that neckline, or if we can get continuation out of this neckline, according to the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, we can run about 35% is typically what we can do out of there. And if we get a 35% move from this neckline here, 35% would take us up around like $3,100 to $3,200 potentially. Thing I want you to be aware of, though, relative strengths up at 72, so we're getting a little higher there. And we've also had, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we had 7 days here without a negative candle close. We had one which was a doji, and then we just pushed up into another 5. So we do want to be careful of that we've had this really big extension and we really haven't had that retracement to set a nice higher low to potentially go higher. And we're also going to have pretty staunch overhead resistance here at about $2,900 to $3,000 is going to be the area for us. So we potentially could keep running up to this 3, guys, and then we may have to do that nice retracement or at least move sideways to cool everything down before we potentially make a stronger move to the upside. But it's nice to see we're up above the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200 EMA here on the 1-day time frame, and you can definitely see this W standing out. If we move back here, guys, it'd be the opposite. So now if we flip this on its head, you can see right here, it would be that M basically. and that potentially could show that we would have a breakdown. So things really have changed here with how much volume came in and the buying pressure that we had. So that's going to be Ethereum, and now we're just going to rip down through some guys. Litecoin's at 143 right now, same deal, potential double bottom here, but we're still trading below this 200 EMA. So we're not like Bitcoin or Ethereum. We have not gotten back up above that yet. Relative strength right now, though, is at 59. So we definitely could go up and challenge that area, and that could put us potentially at about $166 if we want to continue to move to the upside. Support, we wouldn't want to lose about 110 is going to be the area that I'm looking at here. But we're watching for basically the velocity of the selling to slow down. So do you see how heavy it was here, how heavy it was here? Here was still on heavier volume. Then this sell-off was on less. And then we just did have a little sell-off here on even less. So that's what's making me think here this potentially could be an area where we do start reversing out of here. Nothing's for sure yet. I'm not going crazy, but I'm definitely keeping this stuff on my radar here. You can see, guys, even from the top where we were at for Litecoin to where we're at now, we're down 65%. So, I mean, we have had a gnarly bear market. It just happened really fast. And until I see some more confirmation, I'm going to be careful, but we are starting to put in a little bit of a bottom here, and I'm going to definitely keep an eye on that. The next one, we'll take a look at Link. Link's at $23.14. So with Link, we're still trading below the 200 EMA, trying to get up above that, but we have broke above the 20 EMA, the 50, and we're trying to get up above the 100. Overhead resistance, we're going to look at about $25. Could be overhead resistance. In terms of support, we'd want to see us hold about $19.67. And guys, even take a look at Link here. So if we go down to where we're at, we're looking at 56% decrease just to the area we're at now. I mean, if you take it all the way down, let's see. So if we take this all the way down, as we had a drop of 74%. And as you know, like the last bear market, we had basically 90% to 99% for all the altcoins. So the fact that we did lose 74% extremely quickly like that, you know, maybe this is like a double bubble type deal thing that we're dealing with. But what I'm going to do is continuously take these trends day by day. What we're looking for is higher highs and higher lows, because basically this entire time here of this sell-off, do you see the lower highs and lower lows coming in? And now we just set our first higher high over top of this area. Relative strength is going to be at 68 right now for Link. But we've really, I mean, we got crushed, guys, very fast. It did not take very long for us to get down in that range. If we take a date and a price range, so down to our ultimate bottom so far there, we're looking at about 71 days. We lost almost everything. That's how fast it can happen. And that's how fast the pumps can happen as well, guys. So one of the best things I can always tell you is have one of those longer term investing portfolios so you're not FOMOing all over the place and chasing prices all over the place. That's what I can tell you. Let's see here. Guys, these are all the coins that I look at on a daily basis. Digibyte. Let's see. So yeah, let's do some Digibyte here, guys. We haven't done that in a while. Do that for you all. If you like me covering Digibyte, smash that like button. Let me know you're here for that. Digibyte, same deal, kind of rounding out down in this area. We pushed up, set our first higher low, trying to get a higher high, trying to change the trend. Relative strength's at 65 right now. We still are trading below our 200 EMA. So that's something we're going to have to break up above and turn that into support. But you can kind of see the tide, guys. It's not for sure yet, but it is changing a little bit here. Same deal. Let's take a look at our velocity. Big sell-offs down into this area. Let's take a look at this one. Not near as much. Then we had this one here. Not as much. And that's kind of what you're looking for, that diminishing sell pressure. That's what a lot of the big institutional investors like to look for. And you know, guys, these are some really low areas. If we go back down in this range here, all the way up, you can see we're down around the 786 retracement. Sometimes that can be the institutional retracement area where they start buying back in again. But it just depends on your risk tolerance, guys. You know, if you have a ton of cash and you're sitting here and you've seen how much we've retraced and you believe in cryptocurrency, you know, you really can't beat accumulating at some of these lower levels. And if it goes lower and you have a plan and you plan on holding it for a long time, then accumulate more. But we have definitely lost so much. I mean, we went down faster than we even went up right here, guys. And that's the importance of taking profits in this space. So I'm slowly re-entering some positions, but I'm definitely being extremely cautious right now, guys. That's what I'm looking to do. So if you get some from these, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.